That is good banter. We're away, Timmy.
Well, hello, folks. Hello, it is episode 86. Pick up sticks.
How's that
Where
voice
we gonna
going,
sit?
mate?
Still a bit bloody
Horse.
Did I say horse or course?
A bit horse, maybe. Bit horse. But
Bit
horse or course, it doesn't matter.
Either or. Fuck, check that right
Yeah,
off the bat.
big do.
Yeah, no, it's still. I'm on the lozenges, and it's a big week this week. A lot of gigs. Had my first one, so it's rough start.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Well, you've just smashed down a pie.
Had a meat pie,
Yeah.
and
Was it what brand?
it was a no brand from the servo.
Oh,
Not
fuck.
bad.
Yeah,
And always a sucker for a bargain. They had Milo flavoured Kit Kats in a little stand, and
Yep.
yeah, $3 each, or there were 2 for $4.
You can't pass that up,
No.
can you? You just got, even if you don't like chocolate, you just go, fuck it, I'll have, even if you don't like Milo.
Yeah,
just go,
I'll tell you what, I do
have
love
two.
Milo and I do love Kit Kats.
Yeah.
So they hook, line and sinker, and yeah, so I devoured
good?
a meat pie, I chased it down with a Kit Kat, and yeah, feel pretty
Shit
fucking
house.
average at the moment. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's all
good
right.
stuff. So it's
Yeah,
Monday
good, mate.
as we speak. It's grand final Monday. Which
Yeah,
would normally
originally
be
it should be
Brownlow night. Should be
Brownlow
Brownlow
night,
night
but
tonight, but
apparently the Queen died, so.
No, rest her soul.
Yeah.
So the Brownlow last night, Cripper, the Cripster won. I don't know if I said I've talked about the time I did a gig for the Carlton Footy Club. It was my last gig
dunno.
before COVID.
COVID, right.
Yeah, so it was very last gig. So so I did the one at Collingwood, and then I think Steel Sidebottom must know Harry Mackay.
Yep.
Big Harry Mackay.
Oh,
So
yeah, great mates.
Harry Mackay contacted me, asked me if I'd go down and do gigs similar to what I did at the Pies in Richmond. So he gave me dirt, great dirt. He fucking nailed it. Really good stuff. He's a great bloke, Big Harry Mackay.
Looks like
But
a good bloke,
just
doesn't he?
Yeah, just always got a smile. Just a
Yeah,
good,
he's happy. He's happy.
just a good guy. And so I've gone into this. They weren't expecting me, and I've gone into the room in the full Carlton gear.
Yep.
And everyone's there. So the
Who
players.
was coaching back then?
Well, David Teague.
Teague.
And
Teague.
and I actually started because it's what I do when I do the AFL clubs. I charge in and I say, "All right, guys, I know you're wondering who the fuck's this? You know, where the fuck's Teague?" And I announced that Teague's been sacked.
Probably weren't far off the mark there.
No, he was sacked about 8 hours later, so a bit close to home.
Yeah, well, they didn't
but,
know at the time, but they thought,
No, they didn't
well,
know at
maybe
the
it's
time.
a bit of a
and,
rocky.
no, it was a couple of months down the track. He got the sack. So yeah, so I announced that David Teague had been sacked, and I was taking over. And no more lovey-dovey shit. Bit of hard love, tough love. And I read out my team, and then I use all the shit that Big Harry.
See, that's great, isn't it? You got all the shit. You got your board.
You're at your board.
Because the worst thing, I got to do a Bucks party this Saturday in the city at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Grand final day. So these guys are down from Sydney, and I've just spoken to the big fellow who's organising it then, and he goes, "Oh, mate, looked you up online, saw you got a bit of stuff about the AFL and Essendon.
Are they footy fans?
I'll just let you know that they're not. We're from Sydney. We're not massive AFL fans." I said, "Well, I could have picked that when you decided that you want a fucking comedian at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. on grand final
Most
day.
important day.
I'm tipping you're not massive AFL fans."
They're down from Sydney.
Yeah. I said,
good
"Well,
on them.
this
They
is
probably,
this is fuck timing, mate."
Probably
'cause-
paid 15 times the amount that they normally had to fly to Sydney because they should have stayed in Sydney, sold their tickets to Sydney because they would have probably booked them months ago before Sydney were in the granny.
Plane tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you sell a plane ticket?
I reckon you can change the name, can't you?
Yeah.
You can change the name.
Yeah.
So I think there's about 25 or 30 of them. So
Fucking hell.
but that's
Probably
it.
sitting on about 50 grand's worth of fucking tickets there.
Bloody oath. Yeah, they should have just stayed up in. Yeah, you're right. Exactly
Spent the 50
right there.
grand, got a little penthouse in King's Cross and
And just go nuts.
really tied one on. So
Then I would have had to have flown to Sydney, which I didn't really want to do.
Well, they wouldn't have got you.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No,
But,
they wouldn't have wasted their money.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
fucking idiots, these blokes. Are they listeners?
I don't think so.
Ah,
I
that's
don't
good.
think so. But
That's good.
So we'll see how that goes. But the thing I worry about is maybe I'll just have a little cheat sheet there with some of the stuff because I always used to be big on sort of getting a bit of dirt, but then you sort of, I just worry I'm going to forget it.
Yeah, it's
just, and then you get a bit too, you try to overthink it. You go, I need to remember 10 different things. And
because if you can visualise it, it just bloody, it just makes it. And that's a great thing about the suburban football. Because you've got the board.
You got the board.
It's all when I do those AFL clubs, I literally write it out and just have it all printed up and it's all on there. And I just, you just look down when you have to, and I got hot bits highlighted, and it's bloody because there's no way I'd remember everything.
Oh no,
absolutely no chance.
Well, speak of that, I rock up to your joint tonight. Last week with this sign behind us, you said, Evo, do you want to take the sign? I said, Tommy, I've got the recorder, I've got the video camera, I've got the stand for the video camera.
You do everything. You do the editing.
I do the editing.
I put everything.
Put everything on social media. I put everything on the YouTube. I do all that.
I don't even have the password for the Instagram.
You wouldn't even know it.
I don't even follow our Instagram.
No, you don't. I said, Tommy, mate, I'll give you one thing that you've fucking got to remember.
The poster.
The bloody backdrop. The good banter backdrop.
And I'll be if I didn't fucking lose it. But turns out we got here to...
Yeah, because at your joint, you're throwing Noah in the air. Noah, where the hell's me bloody... Did you move? Tam, where's the good banter thing?
Pinned up against the wall.
Bloody Flinny.
What'd you do with
Flinny, it? You drop punted the fucking dog across the lounge. You go, he's chewed up the good banter thing. Where is it? And you go, well, that's another thing I've fucked up. And we went and checked before, and you were meant to take it last week, but you fucking left it down in the fucking gym at Sandalford.
Yeah, it was just on the wall. So I swear I put
what's happening with you, Tom?
There's things... Something happened to me just this afternoon that is Tom 101. If you could...
Tom to a T.
Tom to a T. If you could... Just all these little mistakes I make, this sums it all up.
Everyone will be that's Tom.
Oh, that's such a Tom.
Oh, that's a Tom.
Yeah, so
he's pulled a Tom.
So we're starting to get a lot of balls at home. Footies, basketballs, just all sorts of balls.
Testicles.
We've got 3 sons, so
balls
a lot
everywhere.
of balls. Balls everywhere.
It's balls
ball
in the
central.
Air. Yeah.
So I've got this big box, all the balls go in there in the garage, and they're starting to get flat. It's a bit of a fucking nightmare, and I bought a pump. I'm snapping the needles.
Did you, with the pump, put the saliva on it and then jam it into the ball, or you go in fucking bareback?
No, I don't go bareback. That's crazy shit. No, I really... If no one's around, I'll really bloody get my tongue in there and really put my tongue down the little valve.
Jam it up your ass.
Blow a bit
of air up your ass, pump your own tyres.
Doesn't do much lubricating rubbing your balls against the valve, but it feels good.
I reckon
it
in
just
summer,
feels good.
In summer it might be all right when you've got a bit of sweat around the ball bags.
Okay, yes.
At the moment it's just spring. There's not enough sweat around there yet.
That is true. So anyway, so I thought I'm going to buy myself a good pump, like one that you not those shitty ones that you got to pump by hand. I mean a good little air compressor.
Little air compressor.
You plug into the wall and you got the pin there and you put it in. Happy days. So I've gone down to your local sort of car shop. What is it there?
So you're right onto this, aren't you? I'm going to get this air compressor. What shop did I go to?
Yeah, so
your local.
It's like your
Auto Pro.
Auto
shop.
Auto Care.
I don't know. You're telling the story.
No, so anyway, so I've gone in, shopped around. Someone said, "Do you need any help?" No, mate, all good. I know what I'm doing, mate. And so I bought this great little fucking air compressor. It was $50, but I thought that's pretty reasonable. This is going to last me forever. I've got 3 sons. There's a lot of balls in the house.
Yep.
And so bought it. Fantastic. It's pretty much just sat for 2 weeks in the garage.
Tonight. I looked at the garage. You could not possibly get a car in there.
No, there's no room. You can't even get a fucking bike in there at the moment. You can't get, because the wheelie bins are in the backyard and I've got to wheel them through the garage to get out the front. It's a rare day where you don't have to move shit to fit a wheelie bin through there. So a car.
So is that a double garage?
No.
Oh, it's a single.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you think, how the fuck? I just don't know how some people, with the amount of shit that they have, where they put it all. And clearly you put all yours in the garage and strewn it all over the floor in the house.
Well, once you put a bit of
Shelving
down each side and at the back, it's fucking no chance of getting a car in there. We couldn't get a fucking Matchbox car in ours.
Nah.
So, anyway, so tonight I thought, got a bit of spare time. The boys are getting into basketball again, which is good. The weather's getting better. I'm going to pump the balls up.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I've gone to get this little
Compressor.
and I've taken out the box, it's got this nice little carry bag, unzipped it, pulled it out. It's fucking one of those ones that you've got to plug into your fucking car.
Well, it's no good having it in the garage. You can't get your car
useless.
in there.
So I'm like,
I don't need any help. Nah, mate, I got this.
That would have been 10 seconds of turn the box around, have a look what's in it.
Yeah.
Bingo, bango, problem solved.
Yeah.
And I've gone in, as I do, hell for fucking leather, ripped the box open, cutting shit with the scissors, so no fucking chance I can return it. Receipt, threw the fucking receipt out the window the moment I was driving home. Won't need that. So just another...
You've pulled a Tom.
I love orange juice, and I fucking hate mango juice.
But every time you look at the orange...
The amount of times I've come home and gone to pour a glass, and I was like, oh fuck, I bought orange and mango again. And it's not, they're not fucking trying to hide it. They're writing orange and mango on the front. I just don't read shit.
No.
I don't pay attention.
You're like a bull at a gate. My old man would have said, you're just a bull at a gate. Yeah. Just chill out, take your time, just think things through. And you don't think things through.
Oh, and sometimes I meet people, you meet those people that you got a job to do, and it might be something to do with work, it might be with landscape, and they'll sit back and they'll be like, okay, if we get that, and I'm just like, well, let's just fucking get into it. Let's just fucking get this shit.
Let's rip the wall down.
The sooner we fucking start, the sooner we finish. And anyway, they're mapping shit out. I'm doing my area. They're finished, and I've fucking burnt down the house or something. So, you know what I mean? Like, just a bull at a fucking gate.
Well, it's funny.
I
Like
don't plan shit.
My old man's like, all right, let's do this. I remember I helped him out a few times landscaping and doing stuff. And, he's got, I think I mentioned this, where he's got like 35 shovels. They're all fucking short-handled shovels. Yeah. I mean, what do you need 35 shovels for? He goes, oh, no, it's just good. They're good to have. They're good to have. I said, true. They are if you got an army of fucking midgets.
Yeah.
That's fucking great, mate. But then, and I remember I was helping him build this retainer wall before they sold the joint in Mooroolbark. I go, oh, mate, you got a long-handled shovel? No, I don't have one of those. All right, so we're going to have to put the uprights up. Have you got a string line? Fuck, no, I don't have a string line. He goes, so all of a sudden everything takes longer because you don't have the right tools.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm helping mow lawns for this joint. He's got to mow them every second week.
Yep.
But they're away. They're still living the life up in the caravan, and so I've got the van. I've got his van.
Yep.
And in the back, there's about 375 different fucking tools to mow these lawns, trim these hedges. I said, all you need a lawnmower, you need a whippersnipper. He's got a fucking one of those old school like lawn hedges.
Is he?
Those ones where they go, you wheel them along the side of the bloody gutter.
I tried to do it last night.
Did you? Have you got an edger? A proper...
Tem bought me one a few weeks ago, and I went to use it. You need to be a fucking Olympic athlete to use one of those fucking things. My fucking leg was up around my shoulder, and you push. I was like, have I got to walk on one foot while I? Those things are.
So is that the one where it does the nice little tight? It cuts into the grass and takes out the edge.
So it's a stick,
like a wheel.
It's a stick. It's got a big sharp wheel on one side.
So this is a petrol driven one.
Oh no!
This is like I go. Where the hell did you get this thing from? He goes,
that'd be great.
Yeah, no, they're not, because it's sort of, well, you chew into the fucking, I reckon, when you whippersnip, just turn the whippersnipper upside down, you get the line spinning, and you use the line to get the nice sharp edges, but he's got this fucking he's got a tool for everything, and I'm like, you don't need that many tools.
Those manual ones, I was trying to use one of those, I think it was yesterday, and I thought, because it was pissing down rain, I thought, I've always struggled with these hedge trimmer things, but it's been raining for about 8 hours. Like, it's got to be soft. So it's got, and I went out there
to cut the hedge.
Well, I thought the ground would be soft because I've always struggled. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Whippersnipper? What are you talking about?
No,
what are you using?
What I was saying before, the stick with the big sharp wheel on one side and the little wheel on the other. You rest the little wheel on the concrete.
Okay.
And you fucking push it in with your foot. But I just can't seem to get a run on. Like,
I couldn't imagine you being that great with that.
because I don't understand. You got to have one foot on this stand. It's like you got to have two. It's like a fucking pogo stick.
I think what it is,
It might be a pogo stick.
it's all about maintenance. Like, there's no good at the start. Like, it's like if you go into a forest and you think you're gonna you got to hack it first, and you got to have a few hacks at it, get it down to a point where it's reasonable. Then you just get every few days. Tommy gets out on his little pogo stick and just goes chop 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 chop.
Oh, I see.
So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I see where you.
Yeah,
I see your angle there.
Anyway,
All right, so we've got about 8 stories on the go here. So
Yeah,
I wanted
bits
to get
happening.
to me Crips thing, but then
Yep,
we're talking
yep,
about
Bloods and Crips.
Bloods and the Crips. Was that what we're talking about?
We're talking about Cripper.
Yes, yes. So I've come
You're
out.
in Carlton.
So I'm in Carlton, got all my gear on, and this is Patrick Cripps' story. And hanging shit on everyone. And it was almost like he was
Untouchable.
untouchable. He was like he wasn't on a throne, but it was like he was. He was like he was elevated above everyone. He had this fucking this
Glow.
aura about him, this glow. And he was laughing, and he just looked $1,000,000.
And he's 6'4", and he's a tall guy, although he would have been sitting.
195.
I reckon he's 6'4",
Yeah.
which that's tall. If he walks into a room, you're like, ooh, that guy is hot and tall.
Oh yeah, hot and tall. So
Yeah.
that's what this did a breakfast gig this morning, and Matty Richardson was up there.
Oh, Richard.
And he was talking about
He's tall.
he's tall, but he said he's the same size as
Cripps. Cripps
he-
is an on-baller.
Yeah, but he was saying what happened with Cripps is he was never that tall, so he was just an in and under on baller. And then he just had this growth spurt, but it's the only way he knew how to play. Like, he didn't play centre forward as a kid or anything, or ruck or anything.
Yeah.
It was just this in and under on baller, and all of a sudden he grew. So
It's like Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was never that tall,
okay,
but then he got to sort of 18 or something, and he was a point guard.
yep,
He was like 6'1",
yep,
and then all of a sudden the old Pipster, he's just shot up to 6'8".
and his nose collapsed.
And his nose collapsed,
Yeah.
and he got a haircut you could set your watch to,
Mm.
and he was like a point guard, but at 6'8",
Okay.
and with a big wingspan.
It's one thing I really took
there's
out of that.
There's some information
that's,
no one needed to
no.
fucking know.
I'll cut that out. No, I'm sure we've got some NBA fans
That
out there.
pogo stick.
One thing that came out of that the Jordan doco is
Yeah.
what a cool dude Pippen was.
He was
fucking-
cool.
He must have been from down south, was he? He had a real-
Arkansas?
Where's that?
Oh, down south, I think.
Did you just make that up?
No, he's from Arkansas.
If you remember-
Central Arkansas.
That's impressive.
Yeah, Scotty, 6'6", 6'8", from Central Arkansas, Scotty Pippen. Yeah, sticks
Those were
with
the
you.
days. Those were
Yep.
the days.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I could not have been more impressed with Cripps. He was last night, but also on this day, he came up and he shook my hand at the end and he thanked me. And everyone they looked to him for approval. It was amazing how much everyone just loved him.
Which that's sort of the exact opposite that happens with the boys in your house.
Zero. They don't even look at me.
They are not looking for approval
No.
from anything.
No.
You are the opposite of Patrick Cripps in your house.
Just the lack of respect I get in my own home is mind blowing.
Maybe you got to get Cripper in for a few days just to sort the boys out.
Yeah.
Or maybe you got to just maybe wear a little white sort of wig or something like that. Just
something.
get better looking and taller.
Oh, you're right. Anyway, so congratulations to Cripps.
Good on you, mate.
Very worthy winner, and it went down to the wire. And controversial, really, because he got suspended. But,
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't even know much about it. Did he trip someone?
Yeah, I think it's nearly time to change those rules for the Brownlow.
Sorry.
Because it was called best and fairest back when blokes were running around
King
hitting
hitting
people.
blokes,
But
yeah.
now, for a fucking trip or for back chat, you can't lose a Brownlow because of that.
No, I think
No.
tripping. I reckon tripping should be legal
Yeah.
in the AFL. I reckon, there's enough other stuff. You got this, you can't move off the mark. I reckon counteract it by
Free
just
kick
go-
or just... No free
I
kick?
reckon on the mark you should be able to stick a leg out and trip someone.
Ah, yeah.
So that'd add a bit of fucking...
Like what his name did to Daniel LaRusso in the semi-final of Karate Kid when he fucking swept the leg.
I don't think I've ever watched Karate Kid.
Serious?
Oh, mate, there's so many movies I have not watched.
I haven't watched many, but I've watched Karate Kid.
Yeah. Oh,
wax on, wax off.
Wax
Yeah, no,
on.
he swept the leg.
I reckon you should be able to do it.
Yeah, really fucking lay your heel straight into their knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just really sort of
that should be
legal.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they drop it out of pain,
that's holding the ball.
Yeah.
Incorrect disposal.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's getting a bit.
I think they're getting a bit precious, the AFL footballers.
Imagine if they just, they're cleaning up.
Imagine if they just told the umpires one week.
All right.
No, all bets are off, fellas.
Bets are off.
If the players punch, let it go.
Yep.
Just do not blow a free kick for anything. Imagine the players. That'd be, what's going on here?
Yeah, grand finals should be all bets are off.
Imagine this. So every week they focus on something. They go, all right, you got to focus on holding the ball this week.
Yep.
So what they do is the AFL tell the umpires all bets are off.
Yep.
And then they tell one player from each team all bets are off. So they go in like some sniper, just smash blokes.
It's like a bit of a prank.
Like the mole. But no,
it wouldn't be the mole. It'd be a prank on him.
It'd be like, yeah. So no one knows except for one bloke.
Yep.
And he just
goes.
Does he know? Yeah, he knows, but no one else knows. So he can just go smash whoever from the other team.
But is the rule changed?
Yeah, the rule's changed.
Okay.
So they've told the umpires, and they've told one bloke from each team.
Okay, yeah, that'll
go. What's Robbo doing? You can't do that. Apparently this week you can.
Yeah. No, that's food for thought.
Yeah,
because in Canada and the States with the NHL, they banned the scrap. Like they banned two guys going toe to toe, and there was such a fucking uproar that they brought it back.
Yeah. Well, you got to do what the fans want.
Yeah, well, not in the AFL.
No, not in the AFL.
Really
they
stick
do
to their
exactly
guns.
the opposite of what the fans want.
Afraid of losing
to soccer.
Losing to soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer's not taken over. Have you ever watched a fucking local soccer game on the Australian Soccer League on TV these days?
I've fallen asleep a lot of times trying to watch that shit.
More of the Caulfield Bears games. It had a bit of a peak when it came out, but she's in fucking free fall at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Can't get into it. I tried to, but
World Cup I'll fire up for. I might watch a half here and there, but still, it's
anyway.
It's a shit sport, soccer.
Hello to all our soccer listeners out there. Yeah,
if you're listening, if you're listening to this and you prefer soccer over footy, find yourself another pod. It's actually we're in no position.
Actually, don't be telling people to jump off, mate. We've got to be sucking up everyone's asses. I love bandbitting, so I'm right into that. So jump on.
After the pie was just a timey over, but we were pretty hungry after last week's. Was it before?
No,
or after?
It was after.
After.
It was after. We were starving, and you said, mate, there's this new bloody burger joint.
No, because during the day,
during
the day I'd been to the petrol station.
Yeah, and
the 7-Eleven around the corner.
Great.
And I was like, what's going on here? It was all done up. It looked different.
What is this?
The smartest looking 7-Eleven I'd ever laid eyes on. And I've walked in and there are guys in suits in there.
Oh,
and I was like, what's going on
here? This
is
big.
This is big. There were guys taking photos. There was this big truck out the front with, towing those the marketing things around.
Oh, like when kittens are having a bloody
yeah.
So with the trailers or someone's like a politician trying to get votes.
Yeah.
And they tow the trailer around.
That's it. I wonder what you pay for one of those. And I wonder if they'd ever say, no, you can't do that. Like,
you can't.
You can't.
Could we do good banter?
We could do good banter.
Good banter. I don't know.
But like if
you could just tow it around, couldn't you? If you had your own trailer.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it, would it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so I'm like, oh, what's this? And anyway, it's the first. What it was the first ever. What was it, David's?
I don't know. Some burger joint.
So it's the first ever, and they're going to roll this little bad boy out. It's so in some 7-Elevens, like boutique 7-Elevens, they're going to have a burger joint in there. and it's like real American style, like
like a diner. So Davies, was it? No.
No, it wasn't Davies. It had your Philly
cheesesteak.
And it had your mac and cheese burger.
Yeah, which they're hugely popular. Huge. I can't remember.
You haven't had a mac and cheese burger?
Not really.
Mate.
Here and there. But
anyway, so I've seen it and I was like, this is right up my alley. So
Danny, no, hang on.
So
hang on. Johnny's Deli.
Yeah, so Johnny's Deli is going to be rolled out in these 7-Elevens, and everyone. So I reckon they were the big head office guys from 7-Eleven were in there, and it was a big day, and I think it was what they call a cold opening, where they open
soft opening.
Oh yeah. Cold opening. They leave the door open.
Yeah.
So really cold,
freezing. Everyone's
cold breeze.
No wonder they're wearing suits and jackets. It's fucking freezing.
And people go in and go, fucking. Can we turn the heater on? They go, we can't.
It's a cold opening,
mate. Yeah, it's cold opening.
It's cold opening.
When's the soft opening?
That's
Yeah, so soft opening. Fucking hell. So soft opening. So they're doing it, but just to trial a few things. You know, they haven't had the grand opening because grand opening. Oh, she's going to be. There's cute.
Well, they were trialing shit service.
Mate, we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
So anyway, so we've done the pod, and I said, "Are you hungry?" And you said, "Yeah," and I've said, "Mate, there's this new fucking burger joint.
It's 20 metres down the road."
Yeah.
Fucking.
And what's the name?
Driving.
I said 7-Eleven. He said, I don't think that's that new.
I've been to 7-Eleven, champ.
And anyway, so we've gone down there. It turns out it was a bit further than I thought. And we've walked in.
And it was soft.
And you got to say, the pictures
looked
unbelievable.
Great. So we walk in. The joint is lit up, and the 7-Eleven looks lit, and it's new. It's fresh.
Pretty cool.
There was like it was tape up. It was like you couldn't walk in certain doors. You go, all right, let's go in this is the cold opening. We walk in, there's one bloke behind the counter. Johnny's is just there, Johnny's Deli.
And it looked pretty schmick, didn't it?
It looked pretty schmick, mate.
They're normally pretty bright places, but this was really blowing you.
And it was all new. It said Johnny's Deli existed today. So you get in there and you look at all the photos and go, I wouldn't mind the Reuben. I wouldn't mind the mac and cheese. I wouldn't mind the beef brisket.
I was salivating.
And then I looked at, they had the ones. I thought, there's the one under the glass. It's like a Michael Jordan signed card, It was under the glass. I go, we must just pick what's there and rip in.
They had that big that thing where you order yourself, which is I never liked those.
Big screen.
A big screen like they have at Macca's.
They do at Macca's now, where there's no human contact. They go, they don't even know if you're in there. You just order it. They spit out a number, and then they just go, number 37.
So I've said to the guy behind the counter, mate, how do you order? And he said, you've just got to get on there. And we're fucking around. We couldn't work this thing. And we said, they kept talking about this app. I said, do we have to download the app? And he said, yeah.
You got to download the 7-Eleven app.
And I won't. Look, we won't do the accent, but he said, no. You can picture the accent. He said, no, mate, you're not going to, you need to download the app.
You need to download the app.
So
I put 350 apps I got on my phone. I thought, that's just what I need, the fucking 7-Eleven app. So I get on. I don't know my password to get into my phone or into my app store or whatever. So this is no good. I've almost thrown the phone in the bin. I said, Johnny's Deli, you can fucking jam your beef brisket right where it fits, champ.
Yep.
And you go, no, I'll get it. I'll sort it out. Yep. Did you get the app?
No, I couldn't get the app working because I couldn't remember my own.
So after about 10 minutes, we say to Jack behind the counter, said,
or Johnny,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his deli. We go, mate, we can't get the app going. Can we just pay behind the counter? He goes, you can pay behind the counter.
That would have been good information.
Fuck, you could have told us 15 minutes ago when we said, do we need the app? And you go, you need the app. So then he goes, no, you can pay behind the counter. So, boop, boop, we put in what we needed. I went the beef brisket. What'd you go?
I went the mac and cheese because it looked off the charts on the picture. Really, like the cheese was
thick, big,
just so thick it was melting out of it. And I thought that looks.
How big did the mac and cheese look? It looked like it was
this big.
The
wads,
bun was just sitting up on top, perched up above.
Wads of cheese.
On this mac and cheese. I thought I've made a mistake here. I should have gone the mac and cheese burger.
Yeah, the wads of. What have come? What of cheese?
What a cash?
What a cash.
No, that's about it.
That's it.
That's about it. So just the big three.
The big three. So anyway, so the guy we've ordered it off, we'll call him Johnny.
He's behind the cash. He's
I'm sure
also
it's not his name.
He's what?
We'll call him Johnny, which I'm sure is not his name.
No. But so people are coming in and they go, I've got to pay for petrol. So,
That's what I was going to say. So he straight away he's got it and we've paid him and he's gone over to.
And what happens? I pointed at the Reuben under glass.
Yep.
I said, mate, can I get the Reuben? And he goes, no, there's none of them left. I said, well,
I can see it, Johnny.
What the fuck's that?
I can physically see it.
Is that Johnny?
It's in front of me, Johnny.
Is that a Reuben? He goes, no, they're in here. And they're in some fucking, drawer that you
And this is where the alarm bells started ringing. So he's opened up this drawer and he's pulled out these almost vac-sealed fucking...
They were in plastic.
They were in plastic bags.
I don't think even vac-sealed.
No. And he's just sort of... So all of a sudden, and I'm starting to look around, I'm thinking... Now that you mention it, there's no fucking hot plate or anything around here.
There's no hot plate.
There's no kitchen.
There's no fresh meat.
There's no
qualified chef.
There's no anything that would resemble any sort of kitchen.
No.
So, except this big sort of microwave.
Yeah.
Industrial sort of...
It was like the toaster at Subway.
Very similar. Yeah.
Similar.
And which don't do a bad job, really.
They're all right, mate.
So alarm bells are ringing. So he's made yours. And, well, an interesting approach he took.
I think he made yours first.
Oh, he did too.
He made yours.
An interesting approach he took was to make one, completely finish it, wrap it up, hand it to me, and then start
No, he didn't
yours.
even hand it to you.
No, he sat it there.
He sat it there. In the meantime, 3 people have come in.
Yep.
So there's not a separate guy at Johnny's Deli. Old Jack or whatever his name is. Johnny, he's people are coming in buying petrol. He goes, hang on a minute. So all of a sudden, this crusty, out-of-date mac and cheese thing is sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
He goes over, he said, boop, 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 boop. All right, pay for your petrol, no dramas. He comes back over, and in the meantime, he's pulling out all these knives, and she's almost cut his finger off at some stage. Mate. He's dropping knives on the floor. He's fucking...
This guy's not qualified to do shit. He's fucking battling through life. He works at 7-Eleven, and all of a sudden...
He's struggling on the register. The last thing he needs to be doing is having to make fucking mac and cheese burgers.
Mate, he's rocked up to work.
Beef briskets.
He's just rocked up to work one day and said to his manager, what the fuck's this fucking kitchen doing?
He said,
mate, that's your new job, mate. You're a chef. Oh, really? Well, I can't cook shit.
I can't cook anything.
Well, that's okay, because all you got to do is take shit out of a plastic bag,
put it in a microwave.
Chuck it in that fucking commercial grade microwave or whatever the fuck
it is. And it was like someone had come in and gone, whatever you do, make sure every little speck is clean in this shitty kitchen.
Yeah.
Because he'd take it out of the bag and then he'd take 10 minutes to put the rubbish in the bin.
Yeah.
And then he'd grab a sponge and he'd walk 10 metres over to a sink. He'd walk back and there was no it wasn't like, it was almost like we weren't waiting there.
No,
there was no panic stations. There was no chop, let's make things happen. These boys are hungry. In the meantime, we've been there for 15 minutes already. And he's just wiping shit. He drops another knife.
He wasn't reading the room very well.
Not at all.
Anyway, so we get this. He eventually hands them to us.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something. This might be a bit controversial. Surely, there's got to be a law. If you're selling something off a photo.
Yes.
And all of a sudden they give you something. Can you purchase that thing off? Because what you're purchasing is, I want that.
I want that. And
so
even the ones under glass, they were looking pretty. They were looking schmick.
Even saying those, but it's especially the pictures.
Yep.
You say, I want that, and if it would be very hard to draw the line about. But if it is unfucking recognisable to what you've purchased.
Yes.
But that's become totally okay. Like if you looked on bloody carsales.com
and you looked at this car. It was nice. It was polished. It had a roof.
You bought a
It had
2015 Mercedes-Benz sports car.
Yep.
And then and you went and picked it up, and it was like
and it was crumpled. The roof was caved in. The sides were damaged. You had no tyres.
Well, it was even a different car. Like it was a fucking Ford or something, and it was a 1976 Ford, absolute piece of shit. You wouldn't go, oh well, I guess they were just trying to jazz that up to so I'd buy it.
So I'd buy it.
Like it's, and if you brought like a Russian bride,
and you get her, and she's
like
Bosnian,
25, like a 25-year-old looks like Anna Kournikova, and turns up and it's like a 65-year-old Bosnian
Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
You wouldn't be like, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, the photos looked all right.
You'd be pretty pissed off. They've got to bring in, because shit is really, like Macca's at the moment.
Macca's is real bad.
Like a quarter pounder. You are on their payroll, so maybe be careful.
Take it easy.
Their quarter pounder, it looks, if you actually, well, they're filling it. The whole fucking the whole menu is fucked. But it's just. When did this become okay?
Oh, I think you know what it is. It's what it is now. I think people just time wise, it's like I don't know. People just go. I wish I was a person and go, no, fuck it. This is bullshit. Maybe it needs someone to go, fuck it. This is bullshit. Mate, that is not what I paid for. Yeah, can we do that?
Why didn't we take? Because I was holding mine up to the.
I reckon I've got a video of it.
Because I was holding mine up, going, "That's not the same fucking thing."
No.
Like it was a quarter of the height.
Yes,
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I know it's bigger on the board, but what we're saying is, in comparison, it was squashed. You pulled it open. There's like 2 bits of fucking mac and cheese in there.
Yep,
it's fucking wedged together. Old bloody Johnny's like, oh yeah, fucking how's your fucking burger? I said, this is fucking shit, mate. Yeah,
no, and I think we're just copping it on the chin.
We are copping it on the chin.
So someone's got to be a trailblazer. Someone's got to walk in there with a lawyer and just take these fuckers to task.
I reckon we should. All right. We're probably no. They should. That's what. But I'm thinking we're at 36 minutes. Seriously, and all we've done is fucking bitch. What have we spoken about? We have shit on about this bloody stuff.
Have we got
But maybe hit us up if you've been to Johnny's Deli, or if there's something else. Like, shouldn't we put up with this? I don't think we should, Tom. No, this is shit. No, this is
sorry about that. I got
you got caught up. It's really affected you.
Yeah,
that's all right. But we've got some fucks from Big D.
Oh, good.
Big D's hit us up. So he said you're pretty good, Tommy. Last week you were talking about Wagga.
Yeah.
Wagga Wagga. Now, CSU Football Netball Club, they're called the Bush Pigs. Yeah. That's it.
Because I know I did a gig for them. It was the worst gig of my fucking life. No one listened.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like my gig on Saturday. And the Bush Sows
are the
netball club. So the football club started back in 1972 and competed under the name Rivcoal Bush Pigs.
Yep.
The name change occurred in 2009. With joining of the Bushnows Netball Club under the banner Charles Sturt University Football Netball Club.
Okay.
And also another stat, so thanks very much for that.
Thanks,
Big D. He sent us the little the Bush Pigs logo.
Yeah, that's actually bringing back bad memories. Because I drove 4 hours up there.
Yeah.
And basically
took it up the arse.
For 10 minutes
I reckon the Bush Sow looks like she's about to take it up the arse there. She's got the tail, presenting with the tail out the back there. So, that's great. And another stat we said when we were talking about Carly, the Russian bride.
Ah, yep.
Russian tennis player, who proposed to...
Yeah, not a Russian bride.
No. Proposed to... I think she might be 25, Russian bride, technically. But... proposed to the Red Jesus, you said, that'd have to be under 5%. Well, only 2% of women break the tradition and propose to the man.
2%?
2%.
Is it, nothing against women, but is it actually, because we know someone, is it desperation or is it woman power?
I think it's just, you want something. You grab it.
Yeah, so it's power.
And but some people they want the dream of the big, the guy proposes. They want the surprise. Whereas some chicks go, fuck that. I want this guy.
Yeah.
I love this guy. Why am I going to wait for this drop kick to propose? He's not going to do it.
I'm a woman. I've got the power to do it. I don't
Bloody
have to wait
oath.
for a
He's going to
bloke.
buy me some shitty ring. What I'll do, I'll propose, and then I can have a say. I go help pick the ring.
Yeah.
I get a better ring.
Good point. Yeah. So all
yeah.
the women out there, all our wouldn't have 7, probably 3 or 4 female listeners, go out there and propose
Bloody
to
oath.
someone this weekend.
Get around it.
Yeah.
Get around it. So, what's going on with you, Tommy? Talk to
Mate,
me,
well, I thought we should mention because it's we're going to mention last week, so we'll work through it. That funny bloke that the
Declan. Big Deck.
the big deckhead.
Yeah, the Deckhead. If you go to the Good Banter Instagram, which is humming along there, I did post the crikey,
Jesus.
that's got a bit of phlegm there. I posted the photo. He was up in Port Douglas, and he said, "Oh, where are the little beers up in Port Douglas?" I said, "You got to go to Paddy's." And then I told him, I said, "You got to do a reenactment." Of Tommy's creep photo, and he has fucking nailed it.
Is it a reenactment if it's a photo? Is it more of
what would it be? We're not going well with words tonight.
a reenactment? It's a reenactment.
It's a
impersonation,
maybe an
that's more of a
impersonation.
person.
Yeah.
Impersonate a person.
We're all over the joint. I reckon what we're gonna do is stop these
Anyway, but what he did,
minutes where we just have
fucking
nothing.
nailed it. He's gone to the same
joint,
same table.
Same table,
and he had 2 girls either side, and drinking the mini beers.
I think one's his mini beers.
Yep, mini beers.
Yep.
And he pulled his
Well, he's got hair.
Yeah, he pulled his
So
fins
he
back
thought-
to look bald, which I thought was pretty poor form.
Oh, I thought
by
it
old
was very,
Deckhead.
very good attention to detail.
Yeah.
I think the eyes weren't as freaky as yours, but very, very
You
good.
could see
So-
both his ears. He hadn't had one of his ears cut off like Chopper Reed.
That's it. So.
Um,
Well done, Big Dex. I thought that was
Big
great.
Dex. And there is something about, and this would be, if we're going to talk about this, it would be great if we knew the word, about reenacting.
Reenacting.
About a reenactment. There is something funny about a reenactment. I was on that footy trips, that Mad Monday Facebook page. And there were guys on their Mad Monday reenacted that game test match. Have you seen that?
Oh, no, I have not seen it.
Cracker.
That's great.
So Mad Monday dress up, and they've all just worn all white with the red hats, and they're all fucking, you know how they were all, and they even got this big bit of look like felt, and they had the batter, and
That's great.
and there was a guy going around who was the player. And it was just like the game, and he kept knocking them over, and they'd fall forward. You know how some were down low and some were...
So they wouldn't move.
Yeah,
They'd stay in their stance.
Yeah, and
That's great.
just a great eye for detail. And my own, the Caulfield Bears this year, they had the dress up. Because what they do, and I know a lot of clubs do this these days, so every player has to put in a dress up. Has to... just come up with a dress up. So on the players page, you might be like, there's a lot of topical stuff, like something topical,
like the Queen just laying there in a casket or something.
Yeah.
That's topical.
That's extremely topical.
Fucking oath. Or maybe
it's a funeral
Cripper
in
wearing
about 10 minutes.
So it's real topical. That's good. I saw this one. I don't know how true it was, but something popped up. I don't know whether it was Mad Monday, but one of the blokes dressed as Anthony Stevens and had a little duck, was holding a duck, and maybe had something else, because apparently during the year, one of the blokes
see that.
Had banged his wife and she'd left him and gone off with the captain, which I don't know at the end of season footage. He mustn't have liked his wife that much. If
he's,
the same season he's dressed up, maybe he's gone, thank fuck, he took her off my hands.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well,
but
either that or he was a bloody great sport. I'll tell you that much. He's a fucking very forgiving bloke.
Very forgiving.
He sees the humour in everything.
Because 20 years on, I don't think Steve-O's gotten over that with the duck. But anyway.
So what the Bears do, and so everyone chucks something in, but you got to be careful because it could be you.
Oh.
There's probably only 1 in 40 chance it's going to be you. So if you do bloody Ku Klux Klan. There's a chance you're gonna pull it out. Although, obviously most places these days are, you keep an eye on the blackface and that sort of thing.
Yes.
So, but one guy, because it was very topical this year, Buddy kicking his thousands. So one guy put in Buddy kicking his thousands, and a guy pulled it out. And on the Mad Monday, they reenacted. They went down the park.
Yes.
Obviously off chops and reenacted Buddy kicking his
Kicked it.
thousands.
Then everyone rushed in.
But this bloke had about 30 beers and he
kept missing.
Took him about 25 shots to get it. I think it was the whole idea seemed funny, but he was getting a bit fun. The guy that was because they did the whole thing. The guy hit him up and the guy fucking kept missing him and he kept dropping it. And it was meant to be a bit of a maybe 3 or 4 minute video, and I'm dragging out for half the day. But
this fucking episode.
But anyway, so bloody thanks for the reenactment. Reenact. There's something funny about a reenactment.
It is good. I don't even think that's the one for this, but we got it. So what else is going on with you, mate? Come on.
Oh, mate, there's
hit me.
Oh, when you were talking last week and about how we could have photoshopped your tooth. In your wedding photos.
Yeah.
Remember we said that?
Yes. Yeah.
So a guy in the warehouse at work, his mate's a listener.
Oh.
And so we were talking about it, and he said, we were talking about photoshopping Evan's tooth. Remember we spoke about
Yep.
And if you didn't get it fixed, we just Photoshop your tooth.
Photoshop it. And there are a lot of photos I'd have to Photoshop.
And he told a story about a mate of his. This is a friend of him, and so that's it. But it's 100% true because this guy has seen it. So this guy married this lovely, lovely girl, ripping girl. They're in love.
Teeth.
No, about as cross-eyed as you could possibly get. Like, one's looking at you, one's looking for you.
She had punter's eyes.
Punter's eyes. What punter's
One
eyes?
going each way. One each way. One each way.
That's good. That's a beauty. She's all over. Lovely girl, ripping bird. But
yes.
Their fucking eyeballs are. They don't know what they're doing.
They're hard to fix.
No, they're
hard to fix.
You
can't.
No, you gotta put some blinkers on.
Yeah, there's something happening there.
So anyway, but in her wedding photos, she got like eyeballs photoshopped on.
Brilliant.
Normal eyeballs.
That's great.
That's great.
And everyone's going to go, look at the photo and look at her and go, why don't you do it all the time?
Yeah.
Why don't you
look at forward all the time?
Yeah. What happened? Jeez, you got your eyeballs fixed just for the wedding and then what? Just changed them back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting that people would do that.
But is that like, because what I thought was, you go for all this trouble. The last thing you want to do is look absolutely amazing on your wedding day and then, 5 months later go, fuck, I look like shit now.
But besides yourself, how many other people are going through your wedding photos?
I don't think many.
No.
Like
I'm not in 10 years going to tell them.
I
might go look through Evan's wedding
photos.
Yeah.
You know how, I might go to that album he fucking emailed us.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I don't think, you're not going to be looking through them.
I don't think I am, no. But that's the thing with social media now. They'll probably pop up as a memory here and there.
Good
and the last thing you want to go is, fuck, I had the punter's eyes on.
You're a smart man, Evan.
Thanks, mate.
I wouldn't have thought that.
That's good.
So mate, have you got? Because I got shit to work through.
All right, mate. So,
but mate, if you've got something, bloody step up to the plate.
All right. So a few weeks ago, I was down at Escape Brewing down in Capel Sound, which is sounds beautiful, doesn't it? It's
Capel. Yeah,
it's near
sound, as in
Capel.
Sound of music.
That sort of sounds like that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it sounds
Capel
beautiful.
Sound.
It's like a lovely spot, but it's basically Rosebud West.
Ugh.
I think that's what it is. So
there's my drink.
Down Escape Brewing, but great little brewery. They had 75 people in.
Good numbers.
Great numbers. So I'm emceeing.
Yep.
Mimi Shaheen's doing the support. Dave O'Neill's headlining.
Yep.
So
good
Dave
lineup.
Great night. Good lineup.
Yep.
Great lineup. So rock up there. It sold out pretty early, so I set it all up the day before. I thought, and I helped them set up tables. It's the first one they've done.
Yep.
So, you got to get the table setting right. And
yep.
They had a big booking of 16. You think, fuck hell,
okay.
Where are we going to fit them? So we put them right up the middle.
Yep.
Tables up the middle, 8 each side.
good.
Let's get him in there, and everyone's rocked up. There's a real buzz. Dave was coming from another gig, so I thought if we could maybe, I think it was due to start at 7:30. I thought if he's not getting there till 9.
Okay, so you got to pat it out a little bit.
Got to pat it out. So I'm thinking if we could start at about 8, sometimes these things drag on.
Yep.
But no, everyone was there. They were on time.
Okay.
They were on time. So I think about 10 to 8 we got started. I thought I did about 25 up top.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, think a brewery. What's the demographic going to be? Like breweries seem like a young hip happening sort of vibe. I got to tell you, that table is 16. I reckon, if there was one of them under 60, I'll fucking go he.
You'll eat your hat.
I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my shit carter's hat.
Well, it's
So what's the first thing when you think maybe there's 60-year-olds on a table? Have pop a Viagra. They're going to be asleep by bloody 9 o'clock. What are you thinking, Tom?
What do you mean? What am I thinking?
Well, what are you thinking if you go into a gig and there's a heap of oldies? They're people.
They're people too, mate. They're only 60. They're not 100.
Well, some were like 70.
Some
were like 70.
Changing the story.
Oh, I said if some of them, if any of them were under 60, I'll eat my shit carter's hat.
Okay.
Okay, so we're pushing 60, I reckon, to maybe some 80s.
Okay.
Maybe some 80s.
Well,
so now, once you start talking 80, this is like,
dead.
they could shit their pants here.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I'm thinking is, you got to be a bit careful. You don't want to push the buttons,
you're treating them differently, mate. They've seen it all.
All right, okay. So you got to go harder with the 80-year-olds.
Oh, mate, just tear them a new one.
Tear them nice saggy boobs. Where were you back in the war? What's going on? You had to rip this.
Really,
wow, I got to tell you, I shouldn't have acted like I was going to trip. They were on fire.
Great,
just great. They were loving it. They were pumped up for me. They were pumped up for Mim. Dave got there and they were heckling, they were laughing, they were throwing shit. It was great.
Great.
They loved it. So a pumping night. Dave got there at about 9:10.
Yep,
wound up before 10, and he's ducked off. And so just a great buzz in the room. Flicked the lights on. I thought, all right, Mim's ducked off, Dave's ducked off. I'll start packing down. And people are coming up, they're going, oh, mate, just a great night.
Yep.
Fantastic. Can't wait to do it again. And all the oldies are still there having a chat.
Yep.
And I'm pulling the curtain down. I'm winding up a few leads. And I've got me back. To where all those 16 were sitting. And you could tell they've had a couple.
Yeah.
They've had a few.
And they're 105.
They're 105.
So they're not young.
They're not young.
Yep.
And they're not working tomorrow, so they're kicking on.
No, they finished work 5 decades ago.
5 decades ago. Yeah, they've they put in. They put in.
Job was in the goldfields.
So there's the buzz is still happening. Everything's good, and I've got me back to him. And then all of a sudden, just this.
One of them's king here.
His king hit me. You told me I'm old, you piece of shit. Yeah. I can still go, mate. Mate.
I've just levelled this bloke.
I just levelled him. Yeah. So, but just this noise, just chairs, just on a concrete floor, tables gone over, and just... It's a big factory, so it's just echoed.
Yep.
And, I reckon about 20... I thought, what's going on? Someone's driven a car and smashed into this fucking table.
Yeah.
And there's just 2 blokes just lying on the floor like, oh, fuck.
Double heart attack.
Well, that's what we were thinking. And everyone's like, what the fuck? What's going on? There's blood coming out of one of their heads. There's blood coming out of one of their mouths. And I'm like, fuck. And a few people have just panicked. They're gone, what the hell?
So your comedy's given them 2 people an aneurysm.
It's given them a fucking brain aneurysm. They have laughed so much. And it was amazing, though, because everyone's like, a few people started panicking. They're like, oh, my God, Normie's on the ground. Jockstrap's on the ground. Like, fuck 'em, what do we do? So people just froze. They didn't know what to... They've obviously smashed their head on the ground. Yep. And what's happened is... One of the blokes, Normie, because he's used to drinking, oh, mate, I'll have six pots of bloody Great Northern Midstream.
Yeah, okay.
all of a sudden he's hooked in the big fucking German, the 6.5%
Yep.
bloody schooners or whatever. He
Caught
hasn't.
him by surprise.
It's caught him by surprise. He hasn't. And you know when you sit there, because I did not see him get up at all. Like a lot of them were sitting there. I don't know whether they had one of those piss bags or something.
Oh, he should know better. He's fucking 120. He's seen the world.
He's seen the world.
At that age, you should know to look at the alcohol.
On his last shift on the gold fields, he fucking got maggot. He got maggoted. Anyway, so they're knocking down these, it must have been the German beers or something, a bit heavier than the 0.9% Great Northerns at the bowling club. So one of them's tried to help this normie bloke because he hasn't moved for 3 hours. But they were sinking piss since about 5 o'clock. Okay. It's now 10 o'clock, so they're 5 hours in. They've gone to help Normie up. He's gone to grab him. Normie's fucking grabbed him. He's fallen backwards. He's ripped him down. They've both hit their head on the concrete.
And he's out.
One of them's out. The other one is sort of like, just sort of coherent, but sort of blood pissing out his mouth.
Yep.
And people are shitting themselves. They're not knowing what to do. So Evo comes in and goes, you got to get them on your side, guys. You got to get them on the side. They're going to choke on their tongue. They're going to choke on whatever.
Yep.
So get them on the side. And then other people are just like, people just panicked. They didn't know what to do. Have you ever been in that situation where someone's passed out and you're like, what do I do here?
Oh, not really. Not really.
What about if one of the boys hit their head or something? Are you panicking? Or are you cool as a cucumber? Or are you just wiping your hands?
Oh, I've smashed the kids up a couple of times, taken them down the... Like when I dropped Flinny on his face and had to take him down the hospital, that was a bad day.
That's not good.
That was a bad morning.
And that's your own family. But when it's someone you don't really know, especially me, who some of these people have been giving me a bit of lip, I thought, do I just stand back and watch them fucking bleed out on the fucking...
Or you could have been payback time. Hey, just put him on his back, guys. Make sure they are.
Put him on his back, and where all the blood is, you know how it's sort of gurgling? Yeah, just keep it in there.
Yeah, try and get a fork and try and push his tongue back.
Push his tongue further down his throat.
So he's doesn't waste time talking or something. Doesn't waste energy talking.
Yeah, and if he doesn't have a pulse, that means he's coming good.
Yeah.
That means no, don't get the defib. That's just going to fuck him up.
No, defibs overcomplicate things. Just roll him up in a sheet.
Let him go.
And throw him in a lake.
If it's time to go, it's time to go.
He's had a good run.
Normie's had a good run.
Normie's had a good run.
It was one of their retirements or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so
they're all okay.
So what happened was I ended up running, getting some pillows, and people are still just shitting themselves, not knowing what to do. I said, call an ambulance, call it, because one bloke hadn't moved. And first
call the ambulance.
You call the ambulance. We did.
Always call the ambulance.
But then they started coming to, feeling all right, and
we don't want that. You don't want the ambulance coming.
No, so I don't.
So what you got to do then? If they start coming good, you just got to give another quick one so he's out when the ambos come.
Yeah,
or it's bloody embarrassing.
I grabbed a chair. It was like fucking WWF. Yeah. I just cracked him on the back of the skull and I go, he's got to go down.
Oh, you have to. Or you look like an idiot when the ambulance.
I'd go, they're all right. They're fine. But
because you can't cancel an ambulance.
No, but so it was a real from a night that was really pumping, all of a sudden, this was a big sober up.
Yeah.
People were like, but remember how I mentioned Andy, the window cleaner?
Yeah.
From Alba Window Clean? He was there on the night.
Okay.
He was there on the night. He was still there at that stage.
Yep.
And after about 15 minutes of them rolling around on the floor, having a coronary, me pushing the fork and pushing their tongue back in, I just walked past Andy and just said, that's good banter. Story for the pod. So, Normie.
Andy could have cleaned the blood splat off the windows if he was there. This is where you step in, Andy.
Well, unfortunately, it was a factory. There were no windows, but
what if he does floors on special occasions?
Just the floors. But Normie and that, they came good. We helped them get in the car. We're going to have another night there with Stubbsy and Bob Franklin on the 20th of October.
Oh, that'll be a good night.
Yeah, hopefully Normie and old mate have recovered. If they're not there, maybe they haven't made it through the last month.
Yeah, just a table of 14 this time, guys.
So that was good. Good fun. We got them through, and no serious brain damage or anything like that. But just something weird at a gig and just the noise of the fucking tables and the chairs clanging on the ground and the fucking
they don't
laying on the ground. They don't
fall well, old people.
They don't, and especially not after 5 hours of drinking a German fucking beer, the German brew. Like,
I'm not sure at what age the instinct disappears to put your hand up when you're falling. They just sort of...
Well, I think by the time they're on the
go.
ground, then they're putting their hands up. They go,
halfway to the hospital, their hands will go up.
I should have stopped myself.
Handbell will be up. About an hour too late there, sunshine. Your face has been caved in.
You're in a coma, champ. You've been in a coma for 3 weeks.
You just see they're at the funeral. All of a sudden,
the hand goes up.
The lid of the coffin flicks. His hands go up. About 7 days too late there, champ.
Yeah, we've called the last rites. You bloody we're about to chuck you in the oven, champ. So, he's crawling up. His hair's on fire and shit, just crawling out of the furnace. I'm still good.
It's already paid for, champion.
Still good.
Get back in there, mate.
No, you're not getting your money back off Tobin Brothers, mate. That is fucked. The life insurance been cashed in, mate. All the checks have been signed. Get back in there, buddy. So there you go. So there we go. That was a bit of fun. Something different in a gig, and
it's a bit of fun.
I think they're all right.
They're all right.
What do you got for me, buddy?
Well, I think we're done, aren't we?
Well, we're at an hour.
Yeah, no.
Have you got any?
I've got heaps of shit, but we'll
just
do that
do a
next
little
week.
one. Just do a little one.
Nothing might happen this week.
You've got 75 gigs, as if nothing's going to happen.
Well, I'm not hanging around any. I'm fucking in one, out the other, and
there you go.
There's plenty of stuff to talk about, but
all right.
Yeah, I mean, none of it's going to be half as exciting as buying a new bike pump. So it's all down. When you started that with buying a bike pump, it's
that's shit, Banter.
Yeah, learn anything, you finish with the
bike pump stuff.
Pump
you got.
story,
I reckon no one's going to be listening to this.
That's a fucking beauty. Fucking bike pumps.
Jeez, we went on the bike pump for a bit long, didn't we?
Shit, Banter. Anyway, no, that'll fucking do us. I'm hungry. Let's go to 7-Eleven.
Okay, let's go get a Johnny's. Let's go get a Johnny's plastic fucking burger.
Yeah. I'll just say, mate, just give us the fucking plastic bag, mate. We'll cook it at home.
I'll put it in the sandwich press with all the plastic. Oh, burnt to it. Oh, that was horrific. I'll post that. But that's an episode.
No, that's
good banter.
You
sound like you like those old fuckers. You're just gonna fucking cark it.
Guy sent me a message about good banter.
your brain's not in it today.
It's not on. It's not on today.
That's all right.
I had me tablet this morning.
Maybe have
I'm
another.
tired. I was up at 5 a.m. to be at this gig in the bloody.
Oh, fucking hell, mate! When I'm on the tools, I'm up at 5. You don't hear me whinging and complaining.
Yeah, you're not standing in front of 250 people zigging and zagging.
Nah, but I'm fucking lugging and shit around that I don't want to lug around for 8 hours. How long was your gig?
15 minutes.
Nah, that's all good. That's all good.
Different. It's different kind of work.
It's different. You've got to be on mentally. Where you can just zone out on a job site and you fucking could kill yourself. It's probably better sometimes depending on what job you're doing. So
True that.
There we go. But that's an episode.
That was 86.
86. Bloody tell you, mate, it's about 86.
What do we call this one? Not the bike pump.
Bike pump. Bike pump bullshit, I don't know.
I must say, you are good at coming up with names.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of stuff that we talk about in the episode.
Well, I don't
know if we can get much out of this, but maybe. I'll go through it.
How about Burning Man?
Burning Man. Yeah, Burning Man. Nah.
That's a bit cruel.
I know, mate. You look after that sign. Yeah. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Thanks for everyone who has been. Share it around with your mates.
We're on fire.
Give it a rating. Give it a review. And if you've got any, ring us up. Tell us about any exciting bike pump stories.
If anyone out there owns a bike pump, go make sure you get onto us because we'd love to hear about it.
Oh yeah, if you've bought a shitty bike pump, you don't need. Call in now. You get icy cold cans of Coke. But get on the Instagram, get on the YouTube. That's firing up. Subscribe to the podcast because that's how it'll just pop up in your Apple podcast feed or your Spotify feed each week.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we want.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
And,
That's it.
have a great week. That's another episode of good shit.
Average,
sort of
mediocre
bike pump banter. Bike pump banter.
Coming out with all your best bike pump stories for the week. Company alive.
Sponsored by Spokes.
That's
see you
it.
next week.
Yeah,
See ya. Good banter.
Good banter. That's a good banter.